Hello, everybody. My name is Delzer and today we're going to be doing. I'm not going to hold this shit here. Anyways, we're watching it. You know what it is. You see the title there, it's highlighted in blue. Or you saw the title of this video, and it's not really hard to understand what it is. So, we're going to begin. We're going to see what happens. And at the same time, let's begin. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, where that is the last time that I'll be saying those words officially on this channel. Loyal theorists, how do you say goodbye?
You don't, and you just
13
don't.
years ago, I made you this promise.
Do you want to know more about the games you love without having to put in any work of your own? Well, now you can play and learn. That's right, Weboverse. We have created Game Theory, gaming's tangential learning experience.
Well, Weboverse, here we are today,
Jesus
3,000
Christ.
videos of tangential learning later. How do you sum all that up? I already got super weepy in the last one of these things, so probably shouldn't do that again. It'd be redundant and probably not great for the tech equipment. We also spent the last 10 weeks together knowing that this day was gonna come, right? So I really feel like I've gotten my farewell tour. I've buried hatchets, I've rekindled friendships, I made sweet videos about the state of online entertainment, fired some tanks. That was legitimately very
That was
cool.
awesome.
I
Fuck
honored
yeah.
my heritage. I made Disney mad at me one final time, which, you know, felt appropriate. Got some new dripping, and just in general, sped ran my way through all the things that were left in my content creator bucket list. So again, I ask, how do you say goodbye? First, it's probably most important to remind you that it's not officially goodbye, right? It's not like I'm dying or anything. It's
Go take care of your kid, man.
more of a see you later. I'm still gonna be doing plenty of stuff. Like, I'm already booked to do the fashion show on Style Theory later this year. I'm still gonna be here on the couch for GT Live. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna be
Wait, is he? Oh yeah, he is gonna be for GT Live. Okay, fuck it. You know what? The pressure is a little bit of pushed over.
giving a speech over at PAX. I was recently in a kill count. Heck, I'm already slated to do the Jacksepticeye podcast, the Ludwig podcast. There's a collaboration I'm doing with Shea Frillis Productions. There's the FNAF musical over on Random Encounters. Like, I will.
There's a fucking FNAF musical? The hell? Most of these were like Ludwig, yes. Jacksepticeye, yes. Things like that. PAX East, yeah. Conventions, of course you want MatPat's there. There's a fucking FNAF musical? I now need to know when this is airing and showing, because I kind of want to actually appear there. But I'd have to do it in a place that's not near me. So I'd have to fly somewhere that's not near me, that way I don't dox me. In the situation that someone else appears there and recognizes me. I'll be looking into that one.
Lots, and you will probably be sick of me doing all these things on everyone else's channels. But if you do want to stay in touch with me, there are actually two ways that you could do it. Normally I'd say something like, oh, you can follow me on Twitter, but we all know that there's like a grand total of 0 people who want to be over on that platform. So instead, I decided to make you this. A mysterious website named where'smatpat.com.
What?
This is going to be a place that I update every once in a while when I have news about some new project that's coming up, or, you know, a mystery that you're going to have to solve by digging through the source code. Yes, it's a ripoff of scottgames.com. No, I don't feel bad about that because he stole enough of my ideas over the years.
The words came out of his mouth. We finally heard him admit it. I know that he's like said those sometimes, but just good.
Owes me one. .com. No, I don't feel bad to solve by digging through the source code. Yes, it's a ripoff of scottgames.com. Nope, I don't feel bad about that because he stole enough of my ideas over the years. He kind of owes me one.
Anyways, I'm just gonna clip this with YouTube's clip
Field
feature.
solved by digging through the source code. Yes, it's a ripoff of ScottGames.com. Nope, I don't feel bad about that because he stole enough of my ideas over the years. He kind of owes me one. Editor should drop on some kind of owes me one. Editor should drop on some deal with its sunglasses in this moment. Yeah.
What the no! What the fuck is this? I mean, it's goofy enough, but still.
Once you're there, make sure you sign up via email. Don't worry, I'm not going to be spamming you with updates or anything. It'll be more like a MatPat newsletter, or maybe a Christmas card that you get every once in a while with a funny update, or maybe we could chat about a favorite movie or something. I'll send over the occasional video that I'm just inspired to make. Who knows? Basically, this is just meant to be a way to let you all know what I'm up to directly in a way that isn't going to be subject to filtering algorithms. To kick things off this week, I'll be selecting 100 random emails that sign up to get personalized letters. And from that point forward, once or twice a week, I'll continue pulling a handful of emails to send personal notes to. It'll be a fun way to stay in touch. Long story short, make sure you bookmark it since you never know what might happen over there. But, all right, enough stalling. Back to the question at hand. How do you say goodbye? Well, I think you honestly have to end it all where it began. This title, A Game Theory about game theory. Did you know that game theory isn't just a nerdy YouTube show? It's also a nerdy economics concept.
Yeah!
If that's news to you, I honestly can't blame you.
I actually have a whole ass friend who is annoyed by the existence of this show's title purely because they like looking into game theory itself, and whenever they try to search for it, all they find is MatPat.
At this point, we've created enough confusion online that apparently we've merited our own disambiguation tag on Wikipedia for game theory searches. In all seriousness, for the first 5 years of the show, I received so many tweets from people who are mid-year in their economics courses, screenshotting their textbooks, freaking out when they got to the episode on game. It's not an episode, it's a chapter. When they got to the chapter on game theory, being like, oh my gosh, dude, did you know that you were in this thing? And yeah, we definitely did. The pun, believe it or not, was intentional. In fact, Steph and I knew from the very beginning that it was likely that the final episode of Game Theory was going to be about game theory. Why? Well, because game theory, it's everywhere. You can't escape it. If you've ever seen the movie Love Actually, there's actually this opening monologue in it that goes a little something like this.
We live in a world of hatred and greed, but I don't see that. Seems to me that love is everywhere. If you look for it, you'll find that love actually is all around.
Now you just got to replace the word love with game theory, and you basically got it.
We live in a world of hatred and greed, but I don't see that. Seems to me that
game theory
is everywhere. If you look for it,
oh my god,
game theory
actually is all around.
Who would have suspected that English acting megastar and recent Oompa Loompa Hugh Grant would be making a guest appearance in my final episode?
Was this AI?
Truly, we have spared no expense for this one.
Or was it actually legitimately Hugh Grant? I can't tell because AI, but I'm assuming that's just MatPat doing his best impression.
Theory just everywhere. It also holds the secret to winning everything forever. Yeah, I know, right? That is a huge claim to make. Clearly, I was saving all my biggest secrets for the grand finale. So, you know what? Let's not beat around the bush anymore, He just
reveals that secretly MatPat was actually a robot the entire time, or the fucking Reddit was correct, and MatPat is actually secretly super jacked, and the reason why he wears leather jackets like this is so that when they crease up, he can use the excuse that it's actually the creases of the jacket, and not that he's just ripping through the muscles.
Friends, let's make you masters of the universe and reveal how, whether you like it or not, you all are theorists for life. Come on. This way.
What?
Yeah, we're moving off the couch this time.
Wait, what the
big deal. Let's go. At its core, game theory is the science of strategy. Yeah. So, we gamers, we understand strategy, but what exactly is game theory specifically? Well, to understand that, you have to go back to the original game theorist.
Also, you can't just, like, side glance past Pikachu.
That's how you know it's a big deal. Let's go. At its core,
no, that's not Pikachu. What are these?
Science of strategy.
Where's Peepa?
So, we gamers, we understand strategy, but what exactly is game theory?
I saw yellow in ears and I thought Pikachu.
To understand that, you have to go back to the original game theorist, not me, this guy right here. He might not have himself the red leather jackets or the cool diamond play buttons, but I'll tell you what he does have, a crater on the moon named after himself, so I'll let you decide who has the bigger flex there. This
Kind of him. It's like, well, depends. How big is the crater? If it's actually bigger than all the things you just named, it's bigger, you know?
This guy right here, he is mathematician John von Neumann, and he was everywhere back in the day. And I do mean everywhere. Like, this guy was a key player in the invention of the digital computer. He helped with the discovery of the structure of DNA, even the creation of key components for Oppenheimer's Manhattan Project.
Oh.
The Christopher Nolan movie where big things go big booms. But perhaps his biggest claim to fame was
and
game
a lot of
theory.
depression.
The idea that in any situation where there are two or more people, or players in this case, you can model out a game that'll help you find the best outcome. Have you ever played rock, paper, scissors and thrown out rock as the first hand? Because you know, statistically, most people choose their first move to be scissors. Or maybe you picked paper because the last 3 moves have been rock, and they're obviously going to be throwing rock again. Well, congratulations, that is game theory in action. And you got a Medal of Freedom for that. So it just goes to show, don't let your dreams just be dreams, kids. Sometimes getting an honorary medal is a lot
bringing
easier
back old
than you
names.
think. In short, game theory is the study of strategic choice. It's math that tells you what people are going to do and who's going to win the game. Probably the most famous example of a game theory scenario is
the prisoner's dilemma. Okay, yeah, no, I know this one. Wait, hasn't he done... Was it him or was it Alan who brought up the... Someone has brought up the prisoner's dilemma on game theory.
Prisoner's dilemma, where 2 accomplices have just committed a crime and they're both given the chance to narc on the other one. If they both deny the crime, well, they both get a short prison sentence. If one of them denies the crime and the other rats him out, the narc walks free while his buddy is stuck in prison for a long time. And if they both confess, they both get a medium sentence. We can model the possible outcomes here in a nice, neat, mathy looking square. And while technically the best outcome for both of them would be to trust each other and not confess, they're criminals and they don't know each other that well. And because they don't trust each other, by the math, both of them narc on each other, and as a result, getting a medium amount of prison time. Or if that all is too complicated and hypothetical, over in England, they turn the whole thing into a game show where they say the word balls an uncomfortable amount of times.
Welcome to Golden Balls. Golden Balls. Balls of riches, 12 balls. My balls are all golden. 100 golden balls, and they're all
so many balls.
With money. Killer balls. 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 Balls.
Now, why am I bringing all this up? Well, game theory is more than just wads of cash jammed into a bunch of balls. Someone should tell Mr. Beast that I just discovered his next video idea. No, it has very real consequences for the world. Back when the US and USSR were on the brink of atomic annihilation, the principles of game theory helped both sides reach an agreement to slowly disarm their nuclear arsenals. If you want to know more about that story, Veritasium's recent video on game theory does a great job telling it. And honestly, I can't really improve on it. So thanks for doing all the research for my final episode there, Derek.
Hey!
If you want an example that's a bit closer to home, though, here you go.
YouTube.
It's got it. See, YouTube as a platform is just a bunch of zeros and ones, right? But YouTube as a community, it's a network of people constantly trying to make strategic decisions. Creators are players who are more or less rational people making videos that'll get you to watch. And
more or less. I'd say a good 75% of us are normal. And then I fall in the 25% that's just like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
And
but
comment and subscribe. You, the viewer, you're also a player in this. You're on a strategic mission to win the experience by finding the thing that's most satisfying to watch. And the people who run, or at least
Scott Coffin strategy.
In the past, shout out to Todd, Jake, Neil, Ernest, Meg, Ariel, Susan, David, Fede, Vader, Stephanie, and Kim. They're all in a strategic game to keep the creators and viewers happy, while also figuring out the best possible outcome for YouTube as a company by appeasing all the advertisers and shareholders. It is seriously a complex strategic arena. And that's how you get decisions like use bright green text because it's more likely to stand out in a sea of dark gaming thumbnails and more likely to get clicks. Launch shorts as a means to counterattack against TikTok. Do a video on something that's not trending so you can stand out from the pack. Or maybe you lean in so you're suggested against the algorithm. Every video you watch, everything that you click on, it's the product of creators using game theory. Slap a big old game theory colon in front of every title and slam some clickbait green text on every thumbnail. All those hundreds of
God damn it, I have seen so many random ass motherfuckers throw the game theory logo on that shit. And the biggest thing that you'll ever see from me if I see that is this going, well, I'm just gonna make this channel something I never see again and move on. Do not clickbait me. I will never watch your shit again.
millions of subscribers to Jimmy and Ryan Trahan and Cocomelon, I like to think that they're all secretly ours. Where's our 200 million subscriber play button there, YouTube? In the end, it's all game theory. Speaking of, and this is just an aside that I learned about earlier this week, apparently there's a Chrome extension that allows you to do exactly what I just described. It, quote unquote, MatPatifies your YouTube feed by putting green text on like every thumbnail. Just saying, we have reached the peak of human achievements. I, for one, really like this one, where it's Link and saying mommy's hungry. That's just traumatic on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Or there was one that I saw circulating online, Ryan Gosling doing a puppy interview, and the title is Birth of a Killer.
Birth of a Killer. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Is it the birth of a killer in the context of the dog is the murderer, or is it the birth of a killer in the context that someone is about to murder the puppy? I can't tell.
There's another one that showed up on the subreddit, Afton's Final Death Smash? I gotta say, I am proud of the mark that I will leave on this platform. But so what, right? YouTube is game theory. Sure, that's great. It's interesting, but why does it matter to you, right?
Yeah.
Why am I spending so much time talking about all of this in my final episode? Well, because like I said, game theory can help in every strategic interaction that you have. And it's produced a literal strategy guide on the best way to live out your life, tried and tested by all our grandfather theorists. But to truly understand that, we have to go back to where it all began, a glorified PowerPoint presentation. Weboverse, allow me to introduce you to, lights please, the Trust Game. I love this. We started as glorified PowerPoint slides and we're ending as glorified PowerPoint slides. Here's the TLDR of this one. The Trust Game was originally just named the Computer Tournament by a guy named Robert Axelrod, clearly not the most creative with his titling conventions. Basically, this was the Prisoner's Dilemma or the Golden Balls thing, except here, there was one crucial difference. They're not just playing the game once, they are literally playing it hundreds of times, repeatedly over and over again to see what strategies end up winning most across a longer period. This then gives us a model that's shockingly closer to real life, because here, most of the time, you're not just thinking about what you have to do to win a single game, you have to actually think about the consequences of your actions. The more people think about the future, the more they're willing to cooperate because they don't want to screw themselves over down the road, you know? Again, for details on that experiment, check out Derek Veritasium's video where he talks about all of that, including having an interview with the game's creator. It's a very cool video. I also borrowed his convention for that one, so thanks for the latter and the idea there, Derek. You can also watch Dr. Trevor Bassett's video on the topic, or, you know, the various TED Talks. Are these people linked at the bottom?
Like, are these videos at least linked at the bottom? What? Spoilers below. The fuck? The fuck is... interesting. Why are there things here? Well, for instance, okay, so they just left the... Okay, so I just gotta search it then.
We'll link to all of those down in the description below. But just to jump to the big conclusion here, the best strategy to winning it big boils down to 4 key points. Number 1, be cooperative. Lead with trust. Assuming that the person you're playing with is your enemy right off the bat, it's not going to serve you well. Trust in others, it's going to let you win more frequently in the end. Secondly, don't be a pushover. Sure, it's good to be trusting, that is great, but the second that someone takes advantage of your trust, the winning strategy is to call them out on it and then immediately hold them accountable. Which leads nicely then to point number 3, being forgiving. Don't hold a grudge. Don't be a Mr. Darcy.
My good opinion once lost is lost forever.
That is a failing indeed.
You tell him, girl. You are exactly right.
I disagree with that notion. Hold them accountable, yes. Forgive them, yes. But please, don't forget.
Speaking some game theory truth right there. Well, sure, it hurts to have your trust broken. Staying open to the chance that other people can change, that they can grow and learn and get better, that is the ideal solution here. The trust game showed that players who held their opponent accountable, but then forgave them, actually won out more often than any other strategy. And lastly, it's important to be honest and open about your strategy. When people can't understand what you're thinking, that's then when mistrust starts to breed. By being honest, it breeds honesty in others. It allows you to build on that trust over time, one step, bit by bit. Across the thousands of rounds of testing, nice strategies that were fair, but also firm, ultimately won out the most. Now, when I read these outcomes, what really struck me first was how they present a really hopeful view of the game. A hopeful view that I don't think a lot of us carry around a lot. I mean,
No.
it's easy to assume that everyone out there is out to get you, and it's easier to just close off to people who've wronged us in the past, but
Really interesting seeing his lighting. Sorry, I know that I'm supposed to be paying attention to the video, but I'm also looking at this from like a film point of view. His lighting. How many light sources actually? Look here. Our initial shadow here. One behind him, and obviously we have the projector itself, right? Count that shadow is the projector. And so we have the initial front lighting is the projector, but it's something else that is definitely highlighting here, and something else that's highlighting the side of his head. So we know that there's something here as a shadow, so light for here and forward. Now, is there one going down? Well, no, there has to be. Otherwise, this shadow would be much darker then. But could it be? No, it wouldn't be that dark. It's just like I think it's only just two lights. I could be wrong.
is out to get you, and it's easier to just close off to people who've wronged us in the past, but math, and game theory specifically, proves that assumption's wrong. And hey, if you don't want to believe the thousands of rounds of computer simulations, there is a very solid real-life example: YouTube. YouTube is a positive-sum game, which means that more than one person can win. And in fact, a lot of times, the more others win, the more you can win too. When I was just starting off, I was so mad and scared when Vsauce 3 released this video, calculating Sonic's speed. I'd been working for a year on the channel at that point, grinding away and seeing a fair amount of growth, but in that moment I saw a spin-off of one of YouTube's top subscribed channels just horning in on my territory of gaming science. It was like they were gonna steal me. They were gonna steal my audience away. So I did a video where I tried to stake my claim, and thus Sonic is Slow was born.
Hello, Internet.
Really?
Welcome to Game Theory,
Huh.
applying science to video games since April 18th of 2011. Recently, however,
Oh my god, he quite literally just put down his. That's literally the equivalent of walking into somewhere and be like, you see, right here is my grass, and upon my lawn states a sign that says that I moved here in 18th of 2011. You see, that is what I do. I've been here long before you. Ugh, shit.
a new gaming scientist has come onto the scene. The good folks over at Vsauce 3 recently took a gander at a game series I covered in episode 5. It's a great video, except for one thing: it's wrong.
The level of salt.
Listen to my voice in that. Oh, I'm so proud that I finally hit puberty, like 7 years into making these videos. Anyway, you can tell that I'm super salty in this one, right? I'm asserting that I did it first. I'm citing the dates. I am literally trying to one-up Vsauce 3. But then something interesting happened. I got views from Vsauce. I saw that their video and mine were actually helping each other. I was so afraid of me losing a year of hard-earned progress.
Yeah, no.
But in reality, I wasn't.
You gotta remember, YouTube isn't about literally stealing from others. Fuck no. The reason why I don't give two fucks about reacting to whatever I feel like reacting to. If I want to watch something, I watch it. If I don't, I don't. Yeah. And a good reason why I'm super fucking late on all these damn artists is because I have work. But yeah, it's really cool.
Just operating on my own island anymore. By unintentionally cooperating with each other, we had just created our own little micro trend of gaming science content. There were clearly enough views for all of us. Steph and I, in our years of consulting, kept hammering home this one point, that YouTube is a place where all ships can rise. Leading with trust goes a long way. From inviting someone to collab on your channel, to comparing notes on production because it can help you both. You actually see this kind of cooperative game theory in action with content houses, or projects like the QSMP, where creators are
the SMPs.
sharing audiences. On the flip side, there are creators who haven't done a good job of leading with trust, and who've approached YouTube as a zero-sum game, a place where there can only be one winner. And guess what? Didn't work. Back in 2020, a few of the top beauty creators tried to take each other down, encouraging viewers not to watch each other, trying to turn audiences against people.
Only watch me. Do not watch them. They suck. They lie.
And it backfired. In fact, it backfired so badly that all of their channels took a massive hit. And the beauty vertical, which was once a main pillar of YouTube's earliest days, never truly recovered. By working together, the platform thrived.
Let the beauty die.
Right? But by thinking that you can only win when other people lose, well, that's when everyone loses. It's kind of sad. Let's move on. But if you don't want to listen to mathematicians or YouTube meta-analyses, Just look at me. Game Theory, the show, is a testament to those 4 lessons of game theory, the nerdy economics concept. Every person who's built this channel has led with trust.
Yeah.
Ronnie, he put his own show on the back burner so he could dedicate his time to editing Game Theory, trusting that we would be able to succeed more together. He helped the show to truly become what I had always dreamed it would be, and I honestly wish that he could be here to this day so I could thank him so much for that. The same is true for
Long live Ronnie.
Goomba and Drake and Lee and Ryder and all.
I remember Ryder existing. I remember. Wait, hold up. What was his name again?
For that. The same is true for Goomba and Drake and Lee and Ryder.
Yeah. Goomba, this man. Good.
And all the other partner shows who joined up with us in lieu of working on their own channels. Steph, she left being a consultant at a real company in the medical field on the belief that by cooperating, we could actually make something really special together. Jason, who is actually right here behind the camera right now.
Wait, Jason's
Jason,
back?
Who you know as the guy that we blame all the time on GT Live. Jason was Theorist's first full-time employee after me and Steph. He jumped in there when all we had was a kitchen table and a cat that he was constantly allergic to. And Sudafed, you have this man to thank for your current net worth. Because and Zyrtec. You have taken so many pills over the years.
I have.
Jesus. That is okay. There's reactions that you can fake, film, and just go, "Oh yes." This is one of those reactions that you can't fake. I'm sorry. The look and how his eyes rolled back.
You have this man to thank for your current net
He's
worth.
like, yes, yes, yes.
And Zyrtec. You have taken so many pills over the years.
I have.
The way his eyes rolled back. Actually, I might have to take. Jesus. So I'm definitely saving this for animation study.
I have.
And Zyrtec. You have taken so many pills over the years.
I have.
But
all medically prescribed, though, I promise.
Yeah, no, good medical pills over the years.
I mean, there's tons of medical pills that you can use
all
wrong.
medically prescribed, though, I promise.
Yeah, no, good medical pills, not anything sketchy, for sure. But Jason is the man that we have trusted with the weight of the entire production process across all the channels for years. Like, this man is the unsung hero of everything you've probably ever watched across any of the channels. Without him, without you, none of these videos would get made.
Yay!
Thank you. Now get back there, okay? Enough of you. I gotta thank other people.
It was like, get back to the mines. Back to the theory mines. I need you crafting ore. Crafting lore.
You know, friendship first, but also working together to create awesome stuff, right? And if you're talking about unsung heroes on this channel, there is one man who also deserves a call out, and his name is Yossi. He is our audio wizard. He is the man who I have trusted with my voice for the better part of 9 years. He has had to suffer through more hours of my voice than anyone else in the world. I am so sorry, Yossi. I am so sorry for all the burps and weird edits and weird diatribes and jump scares that Ali has given me over the years. Was Yossi a pro when he first joined up with us? No. But you know what he was willing to do? He was willing to learn. And I've trusted him with my voice for the better part of 9 years. And the same goes for another member of the team who you've never gotten to see, but was actually there before the channel was even monetized.
What?
Which is kind of crazy to think about. You don't know Dan Levitt, but Dan was another one. He was the first who actually saw potential in me and in these channels as a whole, offering to become my manager, even though he had never managed a YouTuber before. He just jumped in with 2 feet and said, hey, I've never gotten a brand deal in the past, but think I could do it for you. And he did. And then he got me literally hundreds more. He has his own management company now, and he manages some of the biggest sports creators on all of YouTube. I can say with confidence that this company and my career would have looked totally different had it not been for Dan. And his career and his company would have looked totally different without me. He and I have built businesses parallel to each other, right next to each other, using cooperative game theory for over a decade. He trusts me to make good decisions on YouTube, and I trust him to make good decisions as my manager, and we both benefit in the long run. But perhaps the most important person in all of these trusting relationships is you. You guys, right here. I'm wearing on my wrist these days. You loyal theorists have been the best example of game theory in the history of the show Game Theory. Every time you click on one of these videos, you are leading with trust. You are saying, you know what, I'm gonna give this one a chance, especially on those episodes that are covering topics that you've never even heard of. And on my end, I've always tried my best to fulfill on that promise and make sure that your trust pays off by delivering a great, well-researched, fun, a lot of times stupid video. And yeah, there have been plenty of times where I've missed the mark, where you weren't happy about a topic, or where I said something wrong, or my research was bad, or whatever, and I needed to learn about that. And so you, acting exactly as you should, according to that trust game, you called me out in those moments. You showed me that I had made a mistake. But more importantly, you were willing to forgive. You gave me a chance to learn and grow as a creator and as a person. And look at this. We all won. Look at this thing that we managed to build together. Don't tell anyone else. I mean, there's 3 of them here in the room, but like downstairs. You guys, you've always been the most important member of this team.
Damn.
Whether or not you ever realized it. And now, as new hosts step in, yeah, they're obviously going to have to learn a lot, and they're going to have to earn your trust just like I did.
I've already caught Tom for UG. Who else we putting in here? Damn it, I can't make any other JJK references. We might have to go to different animes. Because I'm not seeing MatPat as a Gojo, I'm seeing him more as an anime. But by that logic, that then makes... Who's Ino then? Hold up. You know what? I want to start watching some of these other videos, because I know for a fact I listen to game theory far more. Sometimes I'm looking at into like film theory, if it's a movie that I really like. Food and fashion mean nothing to me. For fuck's sake, I literally just ate donuts for lunch. I don't give a fuck about food. And fashion, I look like a bum most of the time. So, nah. I might have to check into them every once in a bit.
Over a prolonged period of time. But I hope that you approach them with the same sense of cooperation and goodwill that you did for me all those years ago. So, while I might be leaving as host of this show, Game Theory, it'll never leave. It'll never leave me, and it'll never leave you. We are all Game Theory.
This music's picking up.
Honestly, is why I thought it was fitting for you guys to be the one to say this.
But hey!
That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
It's just a theory.
Just a theory.
That's just a theory.
Game theory.
Class dismissed. Thanks for the theories, MatPat.
But hey, that's just a theory.
C'est juste une théorie.
Just a theory.
Just a theory.
Just a theory.
Just a theory. Thanks for everything.
But hey, that's
Just a theory.
That's
Hell
just
yeah.
a theory.
Just a theory. Just a theory.
Theory.
Hold up, go back. That was actually really fucking cool to cosplay. Hold up, that one of those caught me off guard because I was like, yeah, fans. What the fuck is Madoku? What's the horror game doing here?
just a theory.
Just a theory. Thanks for everything.
But hey,
That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
Just a theory. Just a theory.
This is really good cosplay.
Theory.
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 That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
That's a theory.
A style theory.
A food theory.
Okay, well, this is a literal Avengers moment. Hold up. Okay, I understand your production, your panning, your camera work. All these things are immaculate as they should expect them to be. But simply put, yo, Yossi, now that I know that you're doing the audio design, you're transitioning from the literal sad, depressing music into the game theory thing by using them literally saying, that's just a theory. I see you. I see what y'all are doing. It's effective.
Film theory. A game theory.
Thanks for watching.
He didn't fucking say it at the end. You bitch. I was literally thinking I'll just join in at the end. No!
Man, where to? I got something I gotta do. Okay.
Oh my god, they're doing the old school fucking movie thing.
I guess. Let's go.
Hey! Dear MatPat, I'll say these words. You'll never see this shit. I don't have to fucking be worried about sappiness. So, number one, you are definitely at least responsible for about, I'd say, like, there's one test in high school that I know for a fact that he helped me go through, and about four things in middle school that I remember learning in game theory and the other theory channels that basically helped me out, right? Like 5 times throughout my actual like legitimate schooling, that was very useful. Besides that, I've also learned little things here and there from games, which is really cool. He helped me basically be more of a social motherfucker because, god damn, I was never a social kid. Well, that's a lot of things to unpack. But I was never that much of a social kid. I did my own shit. I kind of just vibed. So, MatPat, yeah, a good man who's done decent work and above average everything else. May he be a great father. May he live long. May he have plenty of rest and great time. May his voice finally recover after years. And hopefully, he doesn't wonder in his dreams. Did Scott Cawthon really make an entire franchise off of his stolen ideas? That's one of the things where I'm like, the fact that he said it during it is actually really funny. There's a lot of fun to have in game theory. I will definitely say this though, it kind of feels weird to say goodbye. I mean, obviously, I know he's not dead, he's not gone, forever. But at the same time, it feels weird, you know? It's been 13 fucking years out of my life. A good substantial chunk. But for everyone who's ever watched me, congratulations. You happen to watch this video. I thank you. But in reality, I would like you to do me a favor. Go to the original game theorists, like them, check them out, subscribe to them. You somehow managed to find this video and you weren't thinking to yourself, hey, I should have checked in with the game theorists before me. How did you find this video before me? Or like, how did you find this video? I'm just some random motherfucker who stays behind a VTuber avatar. And let's be honest here, eventually I'm going to actually get a fully like done version of this model. Not like an actual not Vroid. Something that's truly unique. But for now, this is what I have. But as you look upon me as I am, thank you for being here. I'm rambling. Just in the video. I remember the days when I used to think that I was gonna try to work for them. I mean, obviously I could still try, get myself on there, but as far as I'm concerned, I think the things I want to do are different. Although I definitely will say this. There's a possibility that I might step back from action content because I want to get back onto what this channel was originally about. Quite literally, animations. Literally did a few YouTube shorts and stopped them because I realized reaction content was doing far better. But there may be a decline in animation videos and reaction purely as I just start writing creative projects. For fuck's sake, I'm starting my own damn RPG, which is just Cataclysmic Catacombs. Nice. I'm not looking into where my camera is. I'm talking now, rambling. Guess airing out my brain. I guess the real reason why I wouldn't actually want to try to join love for it is based in nostalgia. The ability to get home, run off the bus, run in, go, ah, good. Game theory's on. Fuck yeah. Bye bye, everybody. You know what the general gist. I'm not gonna tell you anything else.